It has been many months since I made my video on the group that Bosnia drew for the UEFA World Cup qualifiers, and the general consensus was that we got off pretty well. Austria was probably the weakest team in Pot 1, Romania was one of the weaker teams in Pot 2, and then you had Cyprus and San Marino. In other words, we couldn't have gotten a much better group. And now, many months later, my theory of this being a relatively easy group, I mean not easy for us, but probably the easiest we could get, it's kind of proven itself. We sit at the top of the group with 9 points out of a possible 9 and 3 out of 3 wins. Now this raises the question, are we actually any good now? And my answer to that is, we're better. But that doesn't really mean much. Comparing this to the UEFA Nations League or the qualifiers for the Euros, this is significantly better. But I must add, those two campaigns were genuinely like the worst things ever. I mean, literally anything would have been an improvement on this 7-0 humiliation in Germany. It's sad to say, but do not let the 3 wins and 9 points confuse you or lie to you. Do not get gaslit. We are still kinda low-key shit. I won't do a full recap because I think that's pointless, but I'll give you like a brief rundown. The biggest one of the campaign and the only real noteworthy one was the victory away from home against Romania, which is absolutely huge. Realistically, we are fighting for second spot. Austria is beatable, sure, but it's just not gonna happen. We should be going at second. Beating Romania away is a huge step towards that, even though I'd argue we might not have deserved that win. I like that we were clinical, we were good in transitions, we were great on the break, the counters were decent, we were pretty disciplined defensively, and that was kind of what led to the victory. We did also have luck on our side, definitely, as this wasn't given as a penalty. Now, I know why. It is a natural position for Tahirovic, but if I'm Romanian, I'd still be pissed. Realistically, I had to scum this one out, and we did. The issues begin after this with the fact that we were really struggling against Cyprus. Cyprus are definitely like our boogie team. In the past, they have caused us a lot of trouble, often have taken straight up like 3 points from us when we really needed them. And I said this in my video months ago, these guys are going to be probably the trickiest in the group. Like, Austria and Romania are obviously better, but you kind of know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting with these guys. These guys always seem to get on our asses. We went 1-0 up after being kind of on the back foot for a while. Then they equalized. Then we had to somehow scrape another goal out. It wasn't great. In fact, it was quite a sad watch. It was good proof that we simply do not know how to work with the ball. Out of possession, we're fine, but the second we get the ball, we're kind of fucking useless because it seems like we're all inept. Luckily, we have a game against San Marino, which we should dominate, and then Slovenia in June. But things didn't really go that way. We won against San Marino, yes. However, it was only a 1-0 victory, and if I'm being honest, should Dzeko not come on, I don't think we even win this game. Now, San Marino is nowhere near as dogshit as they were 5, 6, 7 years ago. However, they are still very dogshit, and not being able to beat them convincingly at home should be a definite concern. We're still not creating enough. Sure, Summit Barzar did miss a lot of chances, but we should be creating so many more. How is that not happening? There's a lack of runs, there's a lack of creativity, there's a lack of clinicality as well. I do not know what went wrong here. I mean, I do know what went wrong. We simply don't know how to play with the ball. I don't blame Barbares for this because he's realistically had a very tough schedule. He's honestly only played tough teams prior to this year, so I don't blame him. But like, this has to be worked on surely. I'll confess, I didn't watch the Slovenian friendly. I watched the highlights and we looked fine, but again, we still need to learn how to play with the ball. We did lose that friendly, but if I'm being honest, I couldn't give less of a shit about losing a friendly. It does not matter. In conclusion, we have been extremely lucky. Now, do I think we're actually going to qualify? We're going to be second place. I'm pretty confident in that because we beat Romania away. However, I am almost certain that we will not qualify because any team in the playoffs will mutilate us. Fuck it, I'll even make a really bold prediction. I think come March next year, we will be in the playoffs and we will almost definitely be playing Italy because that's just our luck. Again, top spot is open here, and I have definitely imagined a world in which we take top spot, but I have to be realistic. Austria will smoke us. Austria are not off-the-ball merchants like we are. They can play with the ball. They will almost definitely, certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, molest us. But it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it. If I'm Barbares, I'm gonna activate a little bit more possession training when you can. and then just pray to God that everything else goes the right way. We have one more match against San Marino in September before we play Austria 3 days later. This is what I mean. We have to try to get something out of the Austria game. Even if it's a point, it's a point. We'll take it. We just gotta keep moving. I'm considering making like a full in-depth video on what Bosnia and Herzegovina is doing wrong and what they can do to improve. But it would be very lengthy, and I kind of need to know if people give a fuck. So if you want to see that, just like the video and maybe even comment. I don't really care. Interact with the video. I'll figure it out eventually. That's pretty much all I've got for you today. Subscribe, like. I have a new channel as well. I don't know if I'd uploaded anything by the time you're seeing this, but I will. It's gonna be much more like music related. It's got a little bit of a shtick to it. I don't expect you to subscribe to it. No one really gives a fuck about the music videos on this channel, which is why I had to create another channel. I'm trying to like gain a more American audience there. That's all I've got for you today. Let's just pray that we're able to take something away from September, and I'll see you all soon. Love you. Bye.